Hello, welcome back, everybody. Happy Saturday morning. Ah, ah, yeah. So the boiler to heat the water, hot water, uh, it was having some issues. So I called repairing professionals, and they kindly and generously came and fixed it for me. Okay, so I'm glad nothing was broken. It's just a temperature, water temperature adjusting knob that was kind of too low, so they raised it um, for me. So I'm glad nothing was broken there. Okay, so yeah, this well taken care of. Okay, yeah, the hot water is running as normal like before. Mhm. Yeah. So what happened? Why did it all of a sudden became very cold water? I mean, not as hot water. I think what happened was right now is spring season. Okay, so what I learned from this repair professionals is this. Okay, uh, there is underground stream from mountains. Okay, so there's kind of stream under the ground, and I kind of seen that. Okay, when I was driving a couple of years ago to some other places in Alaska, it was rainy, and in the middle of mountain, the water stream was gushing out like kind of waterfall, but it was not waterfall, regular waterfall with this stream on the surface. It was a mountain, right? And in the middle of mountain, water was gushing out in the middle of mountain. So I guess underground stream is kind of like that. Okay. So nowadays, springtime, all the very cold ice, glacial ice, snow water, they are melting. I think that's why this underground stream water became colder. I think that's why the water heater, although it's been the same knob, same level of heating for years, yeah, still the groundwater is too cold. Okay, I think that's what happened. Okay, so they turned on the temperature, okay, setting of the uh, water heater. Okay, I didn't know how to do it. And also they told me that you have to be very careful with this water boiler because you can get electrocuted. Okay, so they educated me on that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I learned how to do that. Okay, so and also some safety precaution because it's very high voltage. They say. Okay, so some parts that I should stay away from. Right? Yeah. So it was very good educational session. Okay. Yeah. And because Saturday, okay, I also gave them hands-on tips. Okay, not too much, but what I can afford, I gave them tips. Mm. Because I really appreciate them coming out here on Saturday. Okay, this kind of overtime, you know. Yeah, so. It was very nice. Yeah. Okay. Let's take 5 minutes break. Okay. I need some vocal rest. So okay. Alright. Okay. Okay. Um, I did write this morning. Well, more like drawing diagrams, right? That took me 1 hour. Those are very highly elaborate diagrams. Just two-dimensional XY coordinate, Cartesian coordinate, and it's about demand curve shifting upward. Okay, so that took me 1 hour just to draw diagram, and I was like, should I explain this diagram? Then I was like, yeah, time out. Why? Enough time spent on this economics paper for the Saturday morning, right? So, but it was good. It was good. I enjoyed doing that. Okay. Explaining that diagram, that will take another hour. That's why I stopped. Okay. So, yeah. I cannot write 2 hours straight. No, that's too much for the weekend, right? Yeah. So, probably this evening, yeah, I'll explain in writing the increased demand. Yeah, this Mr. Adam's pasta gained more popularity. Okay, so with the same price, more people are willing to buy this Adam's pasta. So that's the narrative. And this evening, yeah, I write that. It'll take about an hour. Okay, there's a lot to it. Okay, okay. Let's get back to that probability theory, which is will be topic of next paper. Okay, so it's like kind of parallel in tandem. We are working on two projects at the same time. Okay. All right. Okay. So, uh, let's review what we have done yesterday. Okay. Um, it's this. You have prior one-dimensional coordinate from 0 to 1 over n. Okay. 0 to 1 over n. All the numbers between these two numbers, 0 to 1 over n. Okay. N can be any positive integer. Right? Like n can be 4. Then 0 between all the numbers. Uh, it doesn't have to be real number. No, we are dealing with probability. So yeah, rational number will do. Fractions. Okay. All the rational numbers, fractions between 0 and 1 over 4, like 0.25. Okay. We are mapping that into numbers between -1 and 0. So that's the second one-dimensional coordinate. It is coordinate transformation. Okay? From one dimensional to another dimension. Well, from one dimensional to one dimensional, another one dimensional, but different length here. Okay. Here, length is short. It is 1 over n. That's the length from 0 to 1 over n. Okay. Here, the length is 1. Okay. Now, to map that, all you gotta do is multiply by n. 1 over n multiplied by n is 1. Okay, that's what we want. 0 multiplied by n is 0. Okay, but it's going on opposite direction. All we gotta do is multiply negative number. So that's the concept right here. Okay, because 1 over n becomes 0. That's the standard reference point. Okay, so x, how much x deviate from 1 over n? That's this from here to here, from x to 1 over n. And we want this number to be negative. So the length is 1 over n minus x. That's from here to here, okay? If we flip it, like x minus 1 over n, the number becomes negative. Okay? That's what we have here, okay? And now we need to scale it up. because length elongates. Okay, so that's why we multiply it by n here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just explaining the mathematical rationale, conceptual underpinning of this transformation equation, fx. Yeah, it kind of looks like Hobler's job, kind of dilettante, but this is correct. Okay. It's we are not doing higher algebra or higher function, fancy mathematics, no, but still it was challenging for me. It took me a while to come up with this formula, okay. Couple of hours. It was not easy. But it's plain vanilla arithmetic, okay. Right. Now, next, when x is between 1 over n to 1, okay, yeah, it's longer than this guy, but still shorter than 1, okay, we are mapping numbers between 1 over n to 1 to numbers between 0 and 1. So it will elongate, okay? Now, 1 over n is the reference point, okay? So x, how much x deviate from this reference point, which will be 0, okay? That's x minus 1 over n. We have right here, okay? Now, the length between 1 over n and 1 is 1 minus 1 over n, okay? Now, 1 minus 1 over n, that's equal to n minus 1 over n, right? It's a number that's less than 1, okay? And that's the length of this rod here, between this gap between 1 over n and 1, okay? And that short length elongate to 1, length 1, in the new coordinate, one-dimensional coordinate between 0 and 1, okay? So, we need to elongate this, okay? We need to scale it up, right? How do we do that? We flip this, okay? Just like before, right? Between 0 and 1 over n, we flip it and multiply by n, okay? Yeah, so we flip it, that becomes inverse it, right? N over n minus 1 to elongate it, because this number is bigger than 1, okay? Yeah, so that's what this is about, okay? That's the best I can explain to you, right? Um, if you're mathematically inclined, you probably understand what this is. If not, if you want to understand, you may need to watch this episode a couple of more times, okay? If you want to. Otherwise, forget about it, okay? It's not that important. It's division of labor. Some people are good at mathematics and it's their job. Some people, well, they have better things to do, okay? Like farming or mechanical repairing or invention or whatever, raising family, okay? It's division of labor, right? So yeah, different people are good at different things. They do different things, right? So this is for people who are interested in mathematics, who are people who are already good at it, or people who want to be good at it, mathematics. Okay. Yeah. So why do we do mathematics here? Because it's something I know. Everything that I know, I share with you, and mathematics is one of that. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Let's take 5 minutes break. I some vocal so. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we did enough mathematics for today, this morning. So let's talk about something else, right? So let me grab my cell phone because I gotta look her up. All right. I don't recall her name. Okay, so she's the dancer, later on turned a choreographer. American lady. I don't remember her name. So but she's famous for Dream Ballet. So let's look up Dream Ballet. There's a Wikipedia article about it. Agnes de Mille. That was the lady. Agnes de Mille. Yeah. In the Broadway musical 1940s, Oklahoma with exclamation mark. Yeah. Because last night after the last episode, I would continue to watch this Broadway, I mean Hollywood movie musical version. Yeah, Rodgers and Hammerstein, the composer. Okay, and it was really good. Okay, I really loved the tap dancing group tap dancing scene. Okay, it was good. Okay, and because the first scene, Oklahoma movie. Okay, it was not typical Hollywood movie. Why? This main actor, it was more like anti-hero kind of type. Okay, he's like very humble. Okay, so okay, he was something new to me. He's tall, dark, handsome kind of guy. Okay, very fit individual, muscular. Okay, hunky dory kind of Caucasian gentleman. Okay, that movie was probably made in 1950s or 60s or 70s. Okay, so it was not a typical Hollywood movie because he looks so humble, like kind of Midwestern farmer type, right? Not a typical Hollywood movie. Okay, so yeah. But later on in the movie, last night I watched, the part I watched, yeah, this Hollywood tap dancing scene of like 1960s. Okay, I really like that. It was beautifully done. Okay, very much Midwestern farmland style with all these cowboys, right, with this lasso and stuff. It was fantastic. But it was long movie, so I didn't quite finish watching it. Okay, I think I'm kind of halfway through. Okay, yeah, I continue to watch it. Okay, so and I saw some parts of this Miss Agnes Demille's choreography a little bit. Okay, the way I saw it, it was not quite what I was expecting. But the way I take, yeah, I kind of understood where it came from. Okay, so Miss Agnes Demille back in 1930s and 20s, she was a dancer in cabaret. What's cabaret? It's kind of a little bit low class kind of dancing, okay? Like kind of a little bit like gentleman's club, like nudie bar. Females scantily clothed. Yeah, it's kind of low class kind of dancing, okay? Cabaret. And then you have high class dancing, ballet. So Miss Agnes de Mille's dream ballet is kind of halfway in between. Mixture of low class and high class. Low class cabaret, high class ballet. Okay. They're both based on French tradition. Okay. So I can see that. Okay. I could see that yesterday. It was cool. Yeah. Yeah, that was that. And what else? Oh, yeah. So I learned from today. I learned from the repair professionals. Right, they're very knowledgeable, so they would educate me about things like underground water. Okay, but I asked them questions because I was curious. Okay, it is science, like geology and stuff. Okay, so they educated me on that. Okay, so because I thought I'm in Alaska, right? It's kind of suburb a little bit in the valley. Okay, about hour and a half north of Anchorage. Okay, so we have tap water based on well. You sink the well. It's not city piped water. No, it's just well water. Okay, so I asked them, is it like this rain and snow water going down under the ground, and is that what this tap water is? And they said no. It actually come from underground stream, like underground river. Okay, and that stream go all the way up to mountains. I did not know. Okay, I didn't. So it's a stream actually that flows like tunnel underground. Okay. Then I realized, okay, yeah, I could see that because if you go hiking, right? Yeah, there are rivulets, creeks, rivers, right? But sometimes that I saw in Alaska about a couple of years ago. All right, what's the name of that town? Let me look it up. Okay. I just go to Google Map and kind of shrink the map, and then scroll it down. And what's the name of the town? Portage Lake video, right? Yeah, just before Kenai Peninsula. Okay. Yeah, there were a lot of mountains. It was rainy. It was in the summer, about 3 years ago. Okay. Yeah, I drove there. Actually, my parents came visit me. Okay, we drove there together. Okay. And we look at the mountain, and in the middle of the mountain, there's this water gushing right out. It kind of strange kind of waterfall, right? In the middle of mountain, it's not surface water, but in the middle of mountain, water was coming out. Yes, so there was stream inside of the mountain. In analogy, okay, I guess that's underground stream. So I kind of understood when they said that. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, the snow melting is springtime in March 2021. So underground stream water is cold. Okay. And because the boiler setting has been set like that for 4 years, and I never experienced this before. Okay. Hot water not being as hot. Okay. So, okay, cool. So ice melting in the mountain, probably due to global warming. Okay, so it kind of melted earlier, I guess. Right? Yeah. I mean, about 4 years ago, I guess melting started later in the season, like maybe in April. Okay, but in April it's already warm, so maybe I didn't quite notice that. Because in April, when I take a bath, I don't need the water to be too hot. Okay, so that was my guess. Okay, and there's another possibility. Okay, they also explained to me sometimes this electrode that hit the water, metallic rod, they get crusted with all this calcified buildup. Okay, sometimes even water temperature sensor get calcified with this lime and some buildup. Okay, yeah, you may have to replace that later on. Okay, so they check it and they say it's not that point yet. So yeah, it's just they just turn up the knob, about one knob. Okay, so that temperature setting is higher. Okay, and we tested out the hot water in the bathtub. Okay, so yeah, it worked. It was a lot hotter than yesterday. Okay, so professionals, right? Yeah, yeah, learning something new every day. Yeah, so it's all good. Okay, so yeah, I have no more level of hot water now, so it's so cool. I also learned how to adjust the temperature in the boiler safely. Okay, they also taught me there are some dangerous parts, high electricity voltage. Okay, so yeah, wear the gloves and so cool. Yeah, great learning experience, right? Yeah, yeah. So that water boiler is downstairs, crawl space. Okay, this is like 3 bedroom house, half acre lot. Okay, so I have never been to that crawl space before. I looked at it once. Okay, then today I for the very first time, yeah, I went there down there with them. Okay, and then yeah, it was cool. Okay, interesting experience. Yeah, look at the boiler, also the pressure pump to keep the water pressure up, right? They're all running electricity. Right? So I learned a lot today. Repair professionals. Okay. Yeah. Fantastic knowledge, right? It was really cool. Okay. We'll take 5 minutes. Okay? Yeah. Good stuff. Okay. All right. Okay. So I have many good friends, and also some of my friends are college professors. Okay, my former professors or people, my colleagues who went to school with. Okay, later on they become professors. Okay, they got their PhDs, and yeah, I still keep in touch with many of them. Okay, so yeah, yeah. Would you give me a 1 minute, okay? Because I forgot to say hello to a couple of them. Okay, so it won't take long. Okay, so oh, so some friends of mine recommend me some books. Okay, books to read. Okay, yeah, I check them out. Okay, so at least in Wikipedia. All right, so and then the Wikipedia. One thing great about Wikipedia is that hypertext, hyperlink. All right, it leads to another article in Wikipedia. Right? Yeah, great invention. Right? I used to be a computer programmer before. Okay, so yeah, so yeah. Then I ran into this Wikipedia article about public intellectual. Okay, and there's this Palestinian American professor in Colombia, historian, right? Uh, he says something really cool. So let me look him up. Okay, so and I read it to you. He says something really cool about public intellectual. Right? Okay, Wikipedia article about intellectual in general. An intellectual is a person who engages in critical thinking, research, and reflection about the reality of society, who may also propose solutions for the normative problems of society and thus gain authority as a public intellectual. Very cool. And there's some Erasmus of Rotterdam, Erasmus, and some others. Okay, let's go to public intellectual section. Mr. Edward Said said that true intellectual is therefore always an outsider living in self-imposed exile and on the margins of society. I really like that. Okay, so Mr. Professor Edward Said, he's like a Palestinian American. Okay, yeah, you have conflict between Israel and Palestine, right? Philistine, Palestine, right? Yeah, he's a Palestinian American. He was professor of literature in Columbia University. Okay, very cool. Yeah. He went to Harvard, Princeton. Okay, Mr. Professor Edward Said. Okay, huh? Cool. Yeah, that was really cool. Okay, so it really helps to listen to our friends, right? They take their recommendations and check it out, right? It was cool. Okay, so, yeah. Yeah. I think they are great role models, right? Public intellectual. Jean-Paul Sartre, he was one of them, right? And Mr. Professor of Columbia University, Mr. Edward Said. Okay. Yeah. Let me okay. He's Palestinian, so he got his Arabic name. Okay, let's try to read it. Okay. Yeah, Said. Okay. Said. This is guttural back in the throat. Okay. Okay. I learned some Arabic. Okay. So Said. Okay. So Said. Yeah, that's his last name. Mm. Said Edward Wadi. Wadi. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Arabic, you read backward from right to left. Okay. So Said Edward. Uh, Edward Wadi. Okay. 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 Whoever wrote this Wikipedia article, yeah, I guess they didn't quite understand Arabic. Okay, so because they switched the ordering of this last name, middle name, first name. Okay, so I read Arabic. Okay, so yeah, great. Yeah, great role models, right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, my eyes are a little bit itching. Eyeball on the corner, a little bit itchy. Yeah. Yeah, when my eyes are itchy, I just pluck off some of the eyelash, okay, to get the blood circulation going on. Okay, some Korean trick. Yeah. Anyways, or you prop open your eye, right, and then like this, like get some fresh air in, so that to encourage the blood circulation in the eye. Some Korean tricks. Because some bacteria, they're anaerobic, right? They are the ones that rot things. So you give it some oxygenate corner of the eye, so that this anaerobic oxygen hating bacteria would die out. There's some scientific explanation of that. Korean home therapy. It's all about blood circulation. Okay, so yeah. So this morning I did spend 1 hour to this drawing for economics paper. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, it's beautiful. It's springtime, right? Look like neon sign, right? Yeah, Holy Spirit is with us, okay? We have Holy Spirit, okay? Of course, I'm drinking spirit, alcohol, but I'm sorry, okay? But yeah. But yes, Holy Spirit is with us, okay? Emmanuel, yeah, God with us. Well, that's Hebrew, right? Yeah. So this morning, yeah, I spent 1 hour drawing these diagrams in Microsoft Word in the laptop computer in this economics paper. Okay, so my hands are kind of sore because I use mouse. I switch left and right hands, but mostly I'm right-handed. So yeah. But then I realized last night I used to use these metallic chopsticks to eat potato chips. Okay, and most time I use my right hand. Okay, maybe my right hand fingers being sore, maybe it's not from this economics paper, maybe it's from this potato chips, me eating it with metallic chopsticks. So last night I switched to lighter wooden chopsticks. They are lighter and also they have more traction. Metallic chopsticks, they are kind of slippery, so it strains your fingers more when you use metallic chopsticks. And it's also they are heavier. Okay, so I switched to wooden chopsticks. Okay, it got more friction in there, wooden chopsticks. It's light. They are lighter too. Yeah. Maybe that's why my fingers are tired these days. Using metallic chopsticks to eat potato chips. Why do I use chopsticks to eat potato chips? Because if I use my fingers, it gets greasy. My fingers, I have to wash my hands, fingers, okay, with detergent, soap. Too much work. Okay, so I use chopsticks when I eat potato chips. Okay. Have you ever seen an Asian guy or any human being using chopsticks to eat potato chips? I haven't. As far as I know, I'm the only guy who do that stuff. Because I don't want to I do not want my fingers getting greasy or sticky. Okay, so I prefer using chopsticks when I eat things. Mm. But that was last night. Today, right now, it's like about noon, 12 o'clock p.m. I haven't eaten anything, okay? Why? During the weekends, I practice fasting. Saturday, I eat like once or twice. Sunday, I eat once or twice. Maybe 1.5 times, okay? Yeah, I practice fasting. Monday to Friday, I eat about 3 times and a half, maybe. Yeah, I do practice fasting. Mm. Like good old Christian, right? I mean, Islam, okay, Muslims, they practice Ramadan, okay, which is fantastic. They actually practice fasting. Some of my friends are Muslims, okay. Yeah, fasting is a very good tradition, okay. Hmm. But when it comes to me, yeah, I kind of cheat a little bit because I drink alcohol, okay. Alcohol have calorie, right? Yeah. Yeah. Let's take 5 minutes break, all right? Then what? Maybe I sing you some songs. Maybe some martial arts, some dancing, maybe. Okay. Or some stories. We'll see. Yeah? Let's take 5 minutes. All right. Okay. It's beautiful outside. Springtime. Okay, kind and generous ladies and gentlemen, good friends. Thank you for your time with me. And yeah, I stopped watching this Wonder Woman 1984 when I watched this scene, this Hollywood, this red carpet gala, all these photographers. Okay, because quite, I couldn't quite relate to that. I'm underdog. Okay. So yeah, it's just high class people, right? This photo ops, photographers, Hollywood event, red carpet event. Okay, I cannot relate to that. No, I mean there's like 1% of population in any country in any time, right? Elites. Okay, yeah, I cannot quite relate to that. Okay, I'm an underdog. Okay, underdog. Those kind of story I can relate to is like self-made man, like the biography of President Abraham Lincoln, okay, born poor, right, but through his diligence, later on he became United States president, right? Yeah, those Cinderella story, yeah, that's like Grimm's fairy tale, Cinderella story, Little Mermaid or Rapunzel, okay, it's same theme. Way before that is the story of David and Goliath in Old Testament Bible, right? Yeah, it takes all the way back there. So maybe I don't know. King David is say 1000 BC or something. Yeah, yeah. Let's look him up. Okay. Yeah, Israel. Okay, King David, 1000 BC. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, about 1000 BC. Okay. Yeah. Son of Jesse. Okay. He was born in Bethlehem. Okay. And passed away in Jerusalem. Okay, okay. He's Israelite Jewish guy, King David, right? Yeah, that's Cinderella story. He was just shepherd, kind of nomadic tribe back in the days, right? The list of Jesse's sons, right? Some Jesse's sons told our handsome guy. So Prophet Samuel, Book of Samuel in Old Testament, okay. Yeah, because God said to Prophet Samuel, you know what? I don't like this King Saul, okay? Yahweh appointed to be the first king of Israel, but look what he's doing. He's disobeying me, so I don't like him anymore. I'm gonna replace him, okay? So Prophet Samuel, alright? Yeah, go with this horn filled with this oil to anoint replacement for me, okay? And Mr. Prophet Samuel said, oh, okay, yeah, I have this bullhorn and it's empty in there and we block the lower part and yeah, I pour down with funnel with anointing oil for you and yeah, so where should I go, Mr. God? Just do it, okay? I'll tell you later, okay? I gave you this one small job, one small task, and you are saying you're already questioning me. I'm God, okay? Jehovah, alright? Just do what I say. Don't question me anymore, okay? Because I have very little tolerance now because I'm kind of upset about this King Saul that I appointed as the first king of Israel, alright? He's not doing very good, okay? So just do as I tell you, okay? Later on, yeah, I'll tell you where to go, okay? What I'm asking is a small task. I give you this one little task and you cannot even do it, alright? just stop, okay, and stop complaining, questioning me, my authority as God of the universe. All right, just fill up your horn, okay, with anointing oil, okay, and then after that, I tell you what to do, okay, where to go, okay. Prophet Samuel, okay, you better be very careful because I may replace you too. Okay, there are other prophet wannabes out there. Okay, so just be grateful that you have a job as a prophet. Okay, and start feeling that anointing oil to that bullhorn. Okay. Yes, sir. I'll do that. Okay. Yeah. Please don't fire me. I need this job as a God's divine prophet. Yeah, I'm Samuel. So yeah, I'll do that right away. Okay. So just give me a minute. It'll be done. Okay. So before you know. All right. So and the rest is history. Okay. So and kind of making a joke. Okay. Kind of fictionalized, exaggerated emotion. Okay. In novel, it's good to exaggerate emotion, make it more dramatic. But there's fictional space. All right. In real life, you don't want to exaggerate your emotion because you will be drama king, drama queen. You don't want that. Okay. It makes hostility in work environment. Okay. You don't want that. Okay. But in fictional space, you want that dramatized, exaggerated emotion. In fictional space, in movies, novels, screenplays, theaters, but in real world, you want to minimize your emotion. You want to be more rational. Okay? Reasonable, scientific, logical. Okay. So that's the difference between real world space and fictional space. In fictional space, when we write novels, when we act, we want to exaggerate our emotion. We want to appeal to emotion in fictional space when we write novels. Okay. But not in the real world setting. Okay. In real world setting, we want to minimize our emotion. Okay. So that's the key difference. Okay. So, yeah. Welcome to humanology. Okay. We talk about anything. Okay. So Samuel went to Jesse's house, Mr. Jesse, by God's command, and Jesse brought up his sons, tall, dark, handsome guys. Okay, and Samuel asked God, "Oh God, look at this guy, Jesse's son. He's like his number one son, or number two son, tall, dark, handsome. So maybe one of them will be the next king of Israel." God said, "No, you call yourself a prophet? You look at the outside, the shell, superficial pretense. You don't deserve to be my prophet. Why? Because you cannot see the inner values, the content, the substance. You're focusing on the form, outside, shell. Haven't you read this great Greek philosopher like Plato? Well, Mr. God, I think you are kind of anachronistic a little bit. Some time confusion. I understand you're God, you can time travel, but I'm Samuel, I'm only human being. I cannot time travel. There's no time machine. Einstein and whatever relativity or this Feynman whatever idea going back in travel time. Yeah, I cannot do that. I know you can. You're God, right? You created the concept of time and space. Yeah, you can see the future, right? But I cannot see the future. So I'm like 1000 BC. Plato, just like 500 years later in somewhere in Greece, I guess. Okay, so I did not learn from him, Plato, Greek philosopher. So I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. God. Okay, fair enough. What I'm saying is you have to look at the inside, not the outside, okay? Substance versus form, content, substance, inner, core, that never changes. Outside appearance, okay, people age, right? But inside a human being, the wisdom, it persists. It can even outlast this person's physical lifespan. Do you understand what I'm saying? My prophet Samuel. Uh, maybe a little bit, Mr. God. Okay, so you are saying this number one, number two sons of Jesse, they are like handsome, tall, dark, handsome outside, but inside they're kind of empty shell. Like, yeah, I think I'm kind of getting it. Okay, so give me some time. Okay, be patient with me. You're God, right? I'm only human. All right, Samuel, prophet Samuel. I'm your prophet. I'm at your service. Okay, but I'm slowly getting it. Okay, give me some time. Okay, so okay, so number one, number two sons of Mr. Jesse, outward on the form, yeah, tall, dark, handsome, muscular features, and but you don't want them, okay, because they are only superficial, kind of hypocritical, kind of pretense hypocrites, right? No substance inside, but on the outward, they are tall, dark, handsome. They are number one, number two sons of Jesse. Okay, then what do you want me to do next, Mister Postman God? Ask Jesse that he has any other sons. Okay, God, yeah, I asked Mr. Jesse. Okay, Mr. Jesse, is this people all your sons? Do you have any other sons? And Mr. Jesse says, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that one son. Okay, he's insignificant. He's shepherd. He's just shenanigan kind of son. Okay, the way about son, this kind of like this like shenanigan. Totally, he's kind of like in Korean term nalari. Okay, he's playboy, play kid. He's no good. He's like young son. Okay, he's just teenager, early teen, like 12, 10, 12, 13 years old. He's out there playing with his goats and ships, and he's no good. Okay, I know. Don't worry about him. He's out there. Okay, he's kind of like outsider, kind of like a shenanigan, troublemaker, kind of. He's no good. Okay, so. But yeah, I have one more son. Okay, I don't know what he's doing. He's feeding his ships, goats, and cows, oxen. Okay, but he does his job very well. Okay, but he's shenanigan. He's out there maybe sleeping in the greener pasture in the meadow, right? He played this guitar, right? And then he sings this whatever. That guy is like no good. So yeah, I didn't bother bringing him here. Okay. Well, hey, these are my top number one, number two, number three sons. Okay. Yeah. So you're God's prophet, Mr. Samuel. So, but the other guy, yeah, he's young. I don't like him very much. Okay. He's shenanigans. He love to play. He's like just whereabouts on this. Yeah. So I didn't bother bringing him in here. Mr. Samuel said, "You know what? Yeah, I want to see that son of yours. Okay, please bring him in." And the rest is history. Okay, we take 5 minutes break. Okay, and I'll tell you some more stories about that. Yeah, Shepherd David in Old Testament, Book of Samuel, first and second. Okay, yeah, probably first. Right. Yeah, Bible story time. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes. Okay. All right. Okay, we're gonna turn this session to karaoke session. Okay, if I may I? We're talking about Bible. Yeah, the Samuel's God's prophet in Israel. Samuel went out there with this anointing oil to bless this child, Shepherd David, right? Yeah, wayward son. Okay, he's some American rock band called Kansas. Okay, yeah, Carry on my wayward son. There will be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Da 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 da. Yeah, it goes like that. Okay, so yeah, this Shepherd David was like wayward son. Okay, troublemaker. Alright, another song I want to sing to you. Uh, CCR, Credence Clearwater Revival. Right? Yeah, I was a huge fan. I still am. Okay, when I was in Madison, Wisconsin, as a computer science major. Okay, I would go to this computer lab and have my earphone hooked up to this phone jack in the computer. Okay, and then when I was computer programming, yeah, I would listen to this CCNR. I bought their CD, compact disc too. That was back in early 2000s and late 1990s when I was in Madison, Wisconsin. Doing computer science major, okay, yeah. Because computer programming is exciting, but after a while, it can be boring a little, kind of mechanical, tedious a little bit, okay, so yeah, listen to music, okay? Yeah. CCNR. What does it stand for? Credence Clearwater Revival, alright. Let me grab my blanket. I mean, talking about water, it kind of get cold. Water typically is pretty cold, right? Especially in Alaska. Yeah, I love Alaskan water, okay. I drink tap water. They're great. But they are quite cold. Okay. So CCNR, Fortunate Son, right? Lyrics. It goes like this. Dun 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 dun. Da 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 da. Some folks are born with made to wave the flag. They are red and white and blue. And when the band plays "Hail to the Chief," they point the cannon at you, Lord. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no senator's son. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. Yeah, some folks are born with silver spoon in hand. Lord, don't they help themselves? Yeah. But when the taxman comes to door, the house look like a rummage sale. It ain't me. I ain't no millionaire son, no, no. It ain't me. I'm no fortunate one. It goes like that, yeah, yeah. Yeah, some folks inherit star-spangled eyes. They send you down to war. And when you ask them how much should we give, the only answer more, more, more. Yeah, it goes like that, okay. Yeah. This is another great song by CCR. Okay. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Very interesting name. American rock band, hard rock. Okay. Suzy Q. I love this song. Okay. Huge fan. Great electrical guitar, right? Goes like this. Do, 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 do. It's kind of blues chord progression, okay? Yeah, African American style, okay? Blues chord progression, like 1 4 5, right? Do, 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 do. Oh, Susie Q. Oh, Susie Q. Oh, Susie Q. Baby, I love you. Susie Q. Da, 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 da. I like the way you walk. I like the way you talk. Like the way you walk, I like the way you talk. Susie Q. Well, say you that you be true. Say that you be true. Say that you'll be true and never leave me blue, Susie Q. Say that you'll be mine. Say that you'll be mine. Say that you'll be mine, baby, all the time, Susie Q. Great rhyming, okay, blues style. Yeah, that's Creedence Clearwater Revival, okay. Where are they from? Are they from Midwest? American rock band, CCNR. Creedence Clearwater Revival. What state are they from? They're from California? I would not have guessed that. I thought they were from like farmland. Well, California, they were farmland, orchard, right? But I thought they were from Midwest. They're from El Cerrito, California. I didn't know. I thought they were from Midwest. Okay, learning something new every day. Right. Okay, so yeah, the moral of the story is this. Okay, my new processism in dualism in humanology. Okay, at the beginning of this episode, we worked some mathematics. We worked, right? It's uphill battle, okay? After that, we put it aside and we enjoy singing, okay? Some story time, okay? Dancing and martial arts, yeah, we'll do it some other time because when the repair professionals for my boiler, they before they came, I had to clear out the snow. Why? Because they have equipment, okay? In my yard, there's like 2 feet of snow, maybe 3 feet. Okay. But there's this narrow corridor between this my from my car to this porch of my house, the front door. Yeah, I can no problem. It's very narrow corridor, okay. Just compact snow, like 1 foot long, wide, alright. Not long. Yeah, it's like 10 yards long, 1 foot wide. 10 yards, 1 yard is like 1 meter. Okay, so but they have equipment. Okay, to fix my boiler. Okay, so yeah, I shovel my snow to prepare the way as a humble servant leadership kind of John the Baptist. Okay, because those repairing professionals they're like Jesus. They came to save me on Saturday. Okay, I had to prepare the way. It's kind of New Testament narrative, like John the Baptist and Jesus, the Christ, the Savior. Okay, I had to prepare their way. Okay, shoveling the snow. Okay, so I did that. Okay, and that's why I had to stop this episode in the morning. Okay, yeah, I upload all that stuff. Okay, so it's good narrative, right? You are my Jesus. You are the Savior. Okay, I'm the John the Baptist. Just preparing the way. Okay, shoveling the snow in Alaska, of all places, and the rest will be the history. Okay, so the rest will be history. Go ahead, save the world, right? Yeah. And this Oklahoma exclamation mark in some of their songs, Rogers and Hammerstein lyrics. Okay, yeah, become famous before I do. Okay, I was kind of surprised presently. So okay, because that's what we used to say here. Yeah, be bigger and better than us. Be famous before I do. Okay, and Rogers and Hammerstein, they wrote that lyrics in Oklahoma Broadway musical back in 1940s, I guess, way before I was born. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of good history repeat itself, bad history repeat itself. Okay, but Rogers and Hammerstein, very smart people. Okay, yeah, Very well learned, very well read. I can tell. Uh, I'm trying to rhyme. By now, is my second nature. Okay, because I learned good African American style rap, hip hop. Okay, yeah, and some other traditions too. Korea, Europe, America. Okay, okay. So after this episode, yeah, I'm gonna have some karaoke session. Suzuki. Okay, I wanna sing and dance with that tune. Fantastic. Okay, yeah, walk and play. Right. When I was in Fort Benning, Georgia, back in 2009. Yeah, we have many good drill sergeants. Fort Benning, Georgia, Army Boot Camp, basic combat training. Okay. And I remember this one African American drill sergeant of ours. Okay, he said he told us, yeah, hard life. It takes generations to build the discipline. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure whether he was thinking about me, referring to me when he said that, or somebody, some other soldiers. I don't know. Okay, but I kind of fantasize, imagine that African American drill sergeant of ours. Maybe he was thinking about me, okay, because I was working very hard life, right, sweeping the floor when I was not asked to, just in my spare time, to make it clean. Okay, so I kind of fantasize about that. Okay, I don't know what who he was thinking. He was thinking about some student soldier in basic combat training, Fort Benning, Georgia, back in 2009. Okay, but I fantasized that maybe he was thinking about me. Okay, because yeah, hard life. It takes generations, multiple generations to build. It rang true to me. He was like preacher in a church, pastor, reverend. Okay, when he said that to us, junior English soldiers. Okay. Yeah, my grandparents, great grandparents, grandparents, my parents. Okay, hardworking people. Okay, and I inherited that discipline. So in my spare time, Fort Benning, Georgia, basic combat training, Army boot camp. Yeah, I wanted to clean the floor, sweeping, mopping. Okay, when I was not asked to, because that's what I was accustomed to, used to, hard work. Maybe he was thinking about me when he said that. Okay. So I kind of fantasize about that. I don't know. Okay, but yeah, he was very cool. Okay, this is in Army boot camp for Benning, Georgia. This vertical rope. Okay, yeah, we learn how to rope, climb that rope, tap on the top this wooden structure. Okay, and then climb down. Right, but we learned some tricks. Okay, wrap around our ankle and step on it one time. Yeah, wrap around this rope with one foot and step on it. Okay, but this African American 3,000 gentleman, Sergeant First Class, E7. Okay, he did not use that technique. Okay? He can just climb up with his two arms, okay? And tap, come down. Fantastic gentleman. Okay, I think he was in his 40s. Okay, I was in my early 30s. I think he was in his early to mid 40s. Okay, and we have some Caucasian drill sergeants. Fantastic. Hispanic drill sergeants back in 2009 for Benning, Georgia, Columbus, Georgia. Okay, fantastic. All different races, African Americans and Caucasians, Hispanics. Okay, those are the drill sergeants that I met in Fort Benning. I mean, Fort Benning, Georgia. Okay, yeah. They were great. Okay, We take 5 minutes break, okay? And I'll tell you some more stories about drill sergeants I met. Great people, right? I suspect some of them were younger than me. I joined the U.S. Army in 2009. I was 31 years old. I think some of the drill sergeants were in their late 20s, right? They were younger than me, I think. Some of them, right? We'll take 5 minutes break, okay? And I'll tell you some about them, okay? All good stories, okay? They're fantastic. They're great disciplinary teachers, right? Sergeants, right? Well, we are junior enlisted soldiers, but they're NCOs, non-commissioned officers. Sergeant, staff sergeant, and sergeant first class. We take 5 minutes break, and I'm not going to reveal their names because I don't remember their names. All right. All I remember is there are three sergeants. Okay. All different races. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Okay. Give me 5 minutes. Okay. Good old army story, right? Yeah. It's beautiful outside. Springtime. Okay, kind of residence, man. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of drunk, so we'll wrap it up real soon. Okay, so, but when I was back in the U.S. Army, all right, so yeah, I love my drill sergeants. For who, I mean, well, for who Texas, that was stationed after all the training. But before that, Fort Gordon, Georgia, fantastic sergeants, officers. Okay, before that, Fort Benning, Georgia, drill sergeants with this long-rimmed, dark green, army green hat. This glasses is dark green. Okay, so it's not BCG, birth control glasses. It's not that. I think I bought this in Michigan. Okay, maybe in Alaska. I don't know. Okay, but this dark green glasses. Okay, so I remember some drill sergeants. Okay, I was standing in formation, right? Okay, I joined the U.S. Army in San Jose, California. Okay, before that I was in Los Angeles, California. Part-time actor, full-time computer programmer. Okay, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I was a computer programmer, full-time. It was 7 people managing like 0.1% of U.S. population. It was very impressive. Okay, very smart people. Right, small business, web software company managing human resources data. Okay, our clients back then they were like big companies in America. We're in Los Angeles, California. Okay, back in between 2006 and 2009 when I was there. All right, 7 people managing millions of employees, human resources data. Okay, yeah, web software company, very impressive. 7 people managing millions of like 0.1% population of United States employees. Yeah, I was web programmer in the front end, middle programmer like business logic, using Visual Basic, okay, back end database, Microsoft SQL, okay. That's what I did. Later on, they promoted me to be project manager. Okay. Yeah, great experience, okay. Very impressive. Brain intensive kind of job for 3 years, Los Angeles, California. Full time job. On the side, in my spare time, I made a movie, Therapy for Metaphoria. Okay. Yeah, that was between 2006 and 2009. After that, yeah, I started to suffer from this constipation because Los Angeles, California, too dry. But one time, we had this earthquake, Los Angeles, California. It was like also shaking. I was in my lunch break in a park. Okay, having my sandwich. Okay, earth started to shake in Los Angeles, California, somewhere in like 2008. Right, I thought there was this train or big truck coming by on the road. Okay, this earth was shaking a little bit. Okay, I was in a park in my lunchtime having my sandwich on a bench by myself. Okay, but then I realized it was earthquake. Okay, it was my first experience of earthquake back in like 2008, Los Angeles, California. Okay. So I was also acting in my spare time. Okay, so but in 2009, after 3 years in Los Angeles, California, I started to suffer from constipation. Okay, because it's too dry, too hot, desert environment. Okay, so I resigned from my position as a project manager in computer software company. Fantastic company of 7 people managing millions of Americans, employees, human resources, HR data. Okay, great. Okay, I learned great deal there. Okay. So yeah, let's move up north when where it rains. There was San Jose, California. Okay. 1 hour south of San Francisco. Okay, San Jose, California. You have like Santa Clarita, all those Silicon Valley. Okay, but I went up north where it rains, where the climate is cooler, more moist because I was suffering from constipation. Okay, I'm very sensitive about temperature and moisture, right? When it's too dry and hot, I suffer from constipation, right? It's for medical reason. I move up north, okay? And yeah, I was doing these interviews with Silicon Valley software companies, some gaming companies, computer video games, right? And some web software. And one of the interviews I had with was with Mozilla. Today's Firefox. Okay, yeah, fun interviews, and also even with graphics company Nvidia. Just fun interview. Okay, yeah, I was doing fine. Okay, yeah. Then I decided to join the U.S. Army. Why? Because computer programming is brain intensive. Okay, by then I've been doing computer programming for nearly 2 decades. Okay. I wanted to do something else. How about brawn as opposed to brain? Brawn, muscle, as opposed to brain. Okay. Yeah, let's do GoArmy.com. Let's do the US Army. Okay. I did. I'm glad I did. Okay. Yeah. So we went to Fort Benning, Georgia. Some of us, okay. And drill sergeants, right? This cowboy head with long straight rim, dark green, army green, right? They would yell at us. Hey, you, you, stop making faces. I was like, stop making faces. Why? Because I was so happy to be surrounded by this army of brothers and uncles. Back then, 2009, Fort Benning, Georgia was all guys. It was not co-ed back then. I learned they became co-ed a couple of years ago. Back then it was all guys, okay, so we got some really hardcore training back then, okay, so old school. But I could not stop smiling because I was so happy because when I was in Los Angeles, California, I worked as a computer programmer and very impressively, 7 people managing millions of Americans' human resources there are. Okay. But I interacted with 7 people. And in my apartment in North Hollywood in San Fernando Valley, fantastic neighborhood, Hispanic mostly. Okay. Great taco stand on the street corner. Great. They were very nice to me. Okay. Yeah. But mostly I dealt with 7 people at work, Monday to Friday. Okay. On the weekend, I would go to the Mojave Desert to film this therapy for metaphobia. There was nobody else there in the middle of Mojave Desert. Just me and my camera alone with the nature. Just how this therapy for metaphobia is in Google YouTube, okay? Just how this film was made, okay? All by myself on the hot desert weekends, Mojave Desert, California. Monday through Friday, I interacted with 7 people. Hmm? There was 3 years in Los Angeles, California. After that, I went to San Jose, California. Then I joined the U.S. Army, and all of a sudden, I have this army of brothers. How can I not smile? Because I was so happy. We had basic combat training, 2009, like September. All right, I was surrounded by this army of soldiers, my brothers. American males, most of them, 99% of them, at least 10 years younger than me. Okay. Some drill sergeants were younger than me too, I think. Okay. I was 31 years old. I was born in 1978, Ithaca, New York. Okay. That's how I got my birthright, citizenship. Okay. So I was so happy by surrounded by these army brothers. So when we were in formation in basic combat training for Benning, Georgia, home of infantry, okay. I was not infantry, I was electrician for helicopters, okay, avionics, okay. But I was so happy being surrounded by so many people. It's like big corporation. Before that, I was working in a small company of 7 people who are managing electronically millions of Americans' human resources data, okay. But small company, private company in Los Angeles, California. Then a couple of months later, yeah, I'm surrounded by these thousands of US Army male brothers. I was so happy to see all this multitude of good people of America. Okay, so I could stop smiling. But Drill Sergeant told me, okay, you, you, stop making faces, stop smiling. I was like, okay. So I became very famous locally in Fort Benning, Georgia, as a smiley, happy guy, happy face, smiley face, okay. And drill sergeants, they love me because my colleagues, junior soldiers, okay, they're like 18, 19, maybe 20, 21, okay. And they were at least 10 years younger than me, okay. I'm like 31, 2009. Some of the drill sergeants were younger than me, okay. And they see this Asian guy, okay, my drill sergeants, they are like Hispanics, African Americans, Caucasian Americans, okay. They see this guy, he's always smiling. Like, and he's kind of older than other junior soldiers in basic combat training, okay? Army boot camp, okay? I guess I was kind of refreshing to them, drill sergeants, okay? They really liked me a lot, okay? Yeah. Some drill sergeants, they told me, soldier, where are you from? Oh, drill sergeant, yeah, I was born in America, but I grew up in South Korea. And he said, do you know some martial arts? Oh yeah, yeah, when I was growing up in South Korea, yeah, I learned some taekwondo. And he said, do you think you can kick my ass? Kick my caster? I was like, oh no, this is Sergeant, no, 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 my martial is not that good. Yeah, yeah, I learned some taekwondo because I grew up there as a child, as a teenager. So yeah, I was a semi black belt because I was minor minor age, under 18. Okay. In Korea, yeah, to have this full black belt, you have to be major age, like more than 18 years old. But when I got this belt, I was like 12, 13 years old. So semi black belt, like black and red. Okay. So that's Korean Taekwondo style. So yeah, semi black belt. So that's all I got. Okay. Okay. You know what? I recommend you this one DVD. Yes, dear Sergeant. That's UFC 1, Ultimate Fighting Championship. UFC 1, fourth season. Okay. When you get out of here, Fort Benning, Georgia, basic combat training, yeah, you get stationed in whatever station in the world, okay, and buy this DVD, UFC 1, Ultimate Fighting Championship 1, fourth season, okay. Yes, dear Sergeant. And I did, and it was fantastic. There's this all different races. Okay, yeah, there's Tito, and there's this Stanford graduate, this wrestler. Okay, Caucasian guys, white guys. Okay, I don't remember their names. Beautiful names. Okay, and there's some this Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Okay, cohesive, Royce cohesive. Okay, yeah, UFC won. Okay, fourth season of Ultimate Fighting Championship back in I guess 1980s. Okay. Yeah, I did purchase that DVD from Amazon.com. All right, when I was in Fort Hood, Texas. Okay, I was blown away. Okay, it's so magical. Okay. Great martial art, mixed martial arts. So yeah, I listened to my drill sergeants. Okay, yeah, yeah, it was good. Okay. All right, yeah, I gotta spare some time and energy for this karaoke session and dancing session. Okay, I hook up this computer to this big screen TV. HDMI cable is like high definition media interface, I guess. Okay, I used to be computer programmer. Okay, yeah, all these acronyms I know. Okay, HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol, IP, internet protocol, HTML. Yeah, hypertext markup language. Okay, yeah, I used to be computer programmer. Okay, so yeah. Okay, all right. I'm cooking my dinner in the microwave. Okay, it's just vegetables in water with some meat, lean meat, maybe some fish, like salmon, right? Some noodles, maybe some pastas. Okay, some raviolis. Okay, yeah, frozen. Yeah, so I put in the microwave maybe 10, 20 minutes. Yeah, you'll be ready to eat. Okay. Please be safe, be good. Okay, God bless you. No violence, always ethics, morality, religion, science, knowledge. No violence. Let's be more like God and less like animals or this brute force. We need brutes, brain and brute, yin and yang. Okay, we want to exercise, practice martial arts, right? But not on people. We punch and kick in the air. We don't property damage. We don't personal damage. No, just kick and punch in the air, right? As an exercise, entertainment, all right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Good night. Bye. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Please be safe. Moral, ethical. Thank you. Bye.